You ever notice how the loudest man in the room is usually the weakest? He shouts because silence terrifies him. But the man who stays calm when the world burns, that's the one you should fear. Tommy Shelby understood this. Pressure wasn't his enemy, it was his stage. While others cracked, he lit a cigarette, adjusted his cap, and made decisions that determined life or death. Calm wasn't just his personality, it was his weapon. And if you want to carry yourself with the same confidence, listen carefully. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't theory, it's a mindset forged in war, betrayal, and survival. I am Thomas Shelby, and tonight I'll be your mentor. So listen until the end. Because if you learn how to stay calm under pressure, you'll never have to fear another man again. Pressure. It's everywhere. Deadlines, arguments, unexpected chaos. Most people panic. Their hands shake, their voice cracks, their thoughts scatter like glass. They become prisoners of their own nerves. But when you remain calm, when your breathing slows, your eyes steady, something changes. The world bends around you. People start looking at you differently. They see composure. They feel authority. Think about it. Who do you trust in a crisis? The man pacing, shouting, breaking under the weight? Or the one who barely flinches, who looks around the room as if he already knows how this will end? Calm under pressure is not just attractive, it's magnetic. It pulls people toward you. It makes enemies hesitate. That's why Tommy Shelby was feared, not because he shouted, not because he boasted, but because he never folded. His silence was louder than their chaos. His calm unnerved men who lived on noise. And that's your first lesson. Never let pressure own you. Own it. Most men crumble because they rehearse disaster in their minds. Before the moment even arrives, they've already lost. But Shelby taught us this. Pressure is just perception. It only has power if you feed it. If you breathe slower, speak less, and focus sharper, you cut its power in half. I'll tell you this. When you learn to master your calm, you start moving differently. You walk into a room and people sense it. They don't even know why, but they feel it. Your steadiness forces them to question themselves. That's the secret. Pressure doesn't just test you, it exposes them. And here's what you must remember. People trust calmness, but they also fear it. Because calmness is unpredictable. Noise is easy to read. Silence is not. When you show restraint, when you don't react immediately, others panic. They wonder what you're thinking. They wonder what you'll do. That's the advantage Tommy carried everywhere he went. And that's the edge you can carry too. So let me ask you, next time the world tests you, will you be the one who breaks or the one who smirks, stays silent, and lets others reveal their weakness first? If you want to keep learning how to weaponize calm under pressure, then stay with me, because in the next chapter, I'll reveal why silence is the ultimate tool of power and how you can use it to command respect without saying a single word. But before we move on, I want to hear from you. Write in the comments, what's one situation in your life where you need to be calmer under pressure? Share it below. And if you're serious about building unshakable confidence, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this series.
You want to know why silence terrifies people? Because silence forces them to confront themselves. When you stay calm and quiet under pressure, you're holding up a mirror. Their insecurity, their doubt, their weakness, it all comes rushing back at them. And that's when they break. Tommy Shelby understood this better than anyone. He didn't waste words. He didn't fill the air with nervous chatter. He spoke only when it mattered. And when he did, the room went silent, not because of volume, but because of presence. That's the second lesson. Your calm is power, but your silence is the blade. Look around you today. Everyone is addicted to noise. Social media, arguments, constant explanations. People panic at the thought of not being heard. But here's the truth. If you want to command respect, stop explaining yourself. The moment you stop defending, you stop bleeding power. Let them misunderstand. Let them spin their stories. The less they know, the more they fear. Think about it. If you're calm, if you're silent, they don't know what cards you hold. They don't know if you're weak, if you're strong, if you're planning something bigger than they can imagine. That uncertainty makes them cautious, and in that caution, you gain the upper hand. I've seen men expose themselves in moments of pressure. They talk too much, reveal too much, show every crack in their armor. And I've seen others, men like Shelby, say nothing, show nothing, until the perfect moment. That's the move. That's the discipline. Pressure will try to make you react instantly. That's the trap. They want you emotional, predictable, reckless. But you breathe, you wait. You let them make the first move. Because the man who reacts last reacts best. He has the advantage of seeing everything unfold before he strikes. But don't mistake calmness for weakness. Don't mistake silence for surrender. Your silence should be filled with intent. Your calm should be laced with strategy. When the storm rages around you, you don't fight the rain. You wait for the flood to reveal who can swim and who will drown. This is where real confidence is born, not from shouting louder than others, not from forcing respect, but from knowing you can stand in the fire and not flinch, from knowing you don't need to prove yourself in the moment, because your results will prove everything in the end. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you reacted too quickly? The last time pressure pushed you into a bad decision, into words you regretted, into choices you wish you could take back? That's what happens when you let the storm inside you control the battlefield outside you. But when you master calm, when you train silence, you start dictating the pace of every interaction. Tommy Shelby didn't win because he was the strongest. He won because he controlled time. He slowed the game down. He let others rush, stumble, reveal themselves, and then he acted with precision. That's how you must approach pressure. Stop rushing. Start observing. Because the man who can wait is always stronger than the one who can't. And here's the truth. People will mock your silence at first. They'll call you cold, detached, maybe even arrogant. But later, they'll imitate it. They'll envy it. Because deep down, everyone wishes they had that kind of control, that kind of presence. Remember this: calmness makes you trustworthy, but it also makes you dangerous. It means you can't be manipulated. You can't be baited. And when people realize they can't move you, they start to move around you. That's real power. So the next time you're under pressure, I want you to try this. Don't react. Don't explain. Don't justify. Just breathe. Let the silence stretch until it unsettles them. Watch how quickly people expose themselves when you refuse to break. Because when you master silence, when you weaponize calmness, pressure no longer becomes your enemy. It becomes your stage. And in the final part of this series, I'll show you how to turn that stage into dominance. How not just survive pressure, but use it to rise above everyone around you.
Pressure is not the enemy. Pressure is the proving ground. It's the place where weak men collapse and strong men are born. And if you want to live with the confidence of Tommy Shelby, you have to do more than just survive the pressure. You have to make it your weapon. Calmness is the foundation, Silence is the blade, but dominance is the result. Because when you walk through the fire without flinching, people remember it. They don't remember the noise, the panic, the shouting. They remember the man who stood still while everything burned. Think of it this way. Every test you face, every high-stakes moment, every time life backs you into a corner, you've got two choices. Either you break and show the world your weakness, or you harden and show the world your edge. Most men break. That's why the few who don't are unforgettable. Tommy Shelby never looked like the strongest man in the room. He wasn't the loudest, he wasn't the biggest, but when the pressure rose, he didn't move, he didn't panic, he didn't fold, and that terrified people more than any weapon ever could. Because real power isn't about force, it's about control. Control over yourself, your emotions, your decisions. That's what makes people follow you. That's what makes people fear you. So how do you build that kind of control? You practice it daily. Start small. Next time someone insults you, don't react. Next time a situation spirals, don't rush. Next time the pressure rises, breathe deeper, not faster. Teach your body that stillness is safety, not danger. Train your mind to see pressure not as chaos, but as opportunity. Because here's the proof. Pressure reveals. It exposes who's real and who's pretending. And if you stay calm, if you stay silent, the truth always tilts in your favor. People will see it, they'll feel it, and soon they'll know. This is not a man who breaks. This is not a man you can move. This is a man who stands. And when you reach that point, when your calm becomes legendary, you won't need to chase respect. Respect will chase you. You won't need to demand loyalty. Loyalty will come. You won't need to prove yourself. Your presence will do it for you. But let me warn you, this path is lonely. Calmness separates you. Silence isolates you. Pressure strips away the weak and leaves you standing alone. But that's the price of real confidence. That's the code of men like Shelby. And if you're willing to pay it, you'll never live another day afraid of what's coming. Because no matter what happens, no matter who betrays you, no matter what storm hits, you'll know you can endure it. You'll know you can outlast it. And when the smoke clears, you'll still be standing. That is the essence of calm under pressure. That is the essence of true confidence. So now it's your move. You've heard the lessons. You've walked through the fire with me. But the question is, will you apply it? Will you train your calm, sharpen your silence, and turn pressure into your weapon? Write your answer in the comments. Tell me one step you're going to take today to master calm under pressure. And if this message hit you, if you felt it in your chest, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. Because calmness isn't just a skill, it's a code. And if you live by it, nothing, no man, no storm, no pressure will ever break you again.